What's going on, gang? I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you're doing well. So listen, if the last year and a half has taught us anything, it's that life is fragile and nothing is guaranteed. Not even the stuff that you probably thought was guaranteed. I mean, people you knew got sick and died. People's jobs vaporized practically overnight, and the life that you thought you were settling into may have been turned upside down. People changed careers, started brand new businesses, changed their bodies for the better, and even changed their relationship status. Now, even though I don't say it that much in my videos anymore, but if you've been around for a while, I'm sure you probably heard me say this a few times. It's never too late and you're never too old to make a change in your life or start something new. And that's precisely what I want to talk about today because I feel like everything's changing right now. Now, I'm not going to get all sappy or get in too deep with all of this stuff, but I will say that for a lot of people, both men and women, we get to a point in our lives, call it a crossroads if you like, where we need to make a decision. Do we stay or do we go? Do we start the new thing or not? Do we get ourselves healthy or don't we? And of course, this is oversimplified, but you get the idea. Because there comes a point where we all face major life decisions, and that decision means something has to change. Now, let me get the big one out of the way right up front, and that's relationships. The first thing that I need to say is that if your life decision will affect someone else, you really need to think about it. And I'm not saying that if you're in a toxic relationship that you should stay there just for the sake of the other person, because if you're in a relationship that you need to get out of, that's one thing. But that's a lot different than just wanting to get out of a relationship because you think the grass might be greener on the other side. Because I'm here to tell you that's not always the case. Because if you're breaking it off with someone, you better be doing it for the right reasons. And I need you to sit with that and be sure you're making the right decision. I mean, at this point, there's probably kids involved, so I'm just saying, make sure it's for the right reasons. Because if you just want to run off with your secretary or the babysitter, let me know how that's working out for you 3 years from now. Toxicity is one thing, and if you're in a situation where things are unhealthy, like I said, you need to go. But your libido is something different. Just make sure, like I said, you're making the right decision. Okay, enough about all of that. So let's assume that you're single and you've been working on yourself to the point that you're finally ready to go out and meet that someone special. That's awesome. So how's your style game? Does it need some work? Take a good hard look at your wardrobe and ask yourself who would wear all the stuff in your closet? A young college kid? A business professional? A teenager? A gym rat? And then ask yourself, how do you want the world to see you? And I know, that seems like a lame question because most dudes don't give a rat's ass what clothes they wear. But that's great news for you because those guys are now no longer your competition in the dating world. Not caring how you look to other people, in my opinion, is a complete cop-out because of insecurity in yourself because you'd rather blend in and not be seen. And I'm not trying to make anyone triggered or pissed off, but it's true. Saying you don't care how you look is the same thing as saying you don't care about yourself. And it all boils down to insecurity on some level. For example, a lot of guys might be insecure about how they look, so they hide behind not caring as an excuse to not try to do better or be better. And with insecurity of how we look, I know balding is a big insecurity for a lot of guys in this age group because I see the same guys wearing the same baseball hats every day. And yes, I know, sun protection. But look, just for the record so you know where I stand on all of this, I'm an advocate for embracing your bald head, just like I'm an advocate for embracing your gray hair. And yes, easy for me to say, I know. But just because I say to embrace it, that doesn't mean that you or the guy next to you wants to. And that's the reason why I partnered up with Keeps for this video because it's not what I say or want, it's about all of you and what you want. And if you're not okay with hair loss, you have the option to do something about it. And here's the hard truth. 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. And the best way to prevent hair loss is to do something about it now while you still have hair left. Keeps is a subscription service that focuses on making it easier and more affordable for men to treat their male pattern baldness online. With online doctor consultations with a real doctor, automated shipping and delivery to your home, constant access to your doctor through online doctor messaging, and by offering generic options of the FDA-approved medications for hair loss. With Keeps, a licensed doctor reviews your information online and recommends the right hair loss treatment plan for you. Then your treatment is shipped directly to your door every 3 months. It's that simple. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you can save. So, if you're ready to take action and prevent further hair loss, go to keeps.com/fashion or just click that first link down in the description to receive a special offer on Keeps treatments. That's keeps.com/fashion. Next, let's talk about how careers are changing. 2020 changed the game completely, and I don't think things are totally going to go back to the way that they used to be, at least in terms of work environments. Tons of people have been working from home for well over a year, and they're a lot happier. And I'm totally on board with that because, in my opinion, if the workforce is happier, they'll get a lot more work done. But not only that, so many new businesses were started because people just had more time to work on new ideas and figure out what could work. And I just talked about this a few weeks ago in a video where I talked about chasing happiness. And one of the ways to be a happier person is to do things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction. Because if you're stuck in a shitty job that you hate, you need to make a change and get out of it. But of course, first you got to figure out what else you can do to pay the bills. But if you have ideas, work those ideas until they become something that you can do full time. And no one's saying it's easy, but if this is something you've been thinking about for a long time, use this video today or whenever you happen to see it as your sign to make that change and better your life. Okay, next, let's talk about your body for just a minute, and stay with me on this one because you only get one body. And I'm not going to insult your intelligence and talk as if you don't know this already, because of course you do. But if you want to make a change in your life for the better, start with yourself. Stop drinking so much. Get some exercise. Choose better food options and really own your decision to make the change, because if you think about it, it could save your life. And I think that at the end of the day, if you want to make a change in your life, you should categorize and define what it is that you want changed. And then write that down if you have to. Then identify the things that might be holding you back from making those specific changes. For example, maybe it's money. Start putting money aside somewhere every chance you get. I mean, do you really need to go out to dinner 3 times a week? Do you really need to buy that thing from Amazon? Put that extra money away and it'll add up quickly. So listen, if you're happy and content in your life and everything's fine, I applaud you. You're living the dream, my friend. And even if everything isn't perfect, you're still living the dream. And then maybe this video isn't for you. But I know, and I mean I know, that there's a lot of you out there who clicked on this video because you feel it. You feel change burning inside of you and it needs to get out. It's been there for a while and you visit it and check in from time to time just to let yourself fantasize about what your life could look like right now if you started to that change back when you first thought about starting it. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to get too deep, but listen, if you made it this far in the video, please hit the like button to let me know. And let me close with this. Life is short. If you're mid-40s or beyond, the chances are that you've lived more time than what you have left. So make the most of what you have left. You have that ability, and I believe in you, because it's never too late and you're never too old to make a change in your life or start something new. And as always, my friends, thank you for watching, live well, and I'll see you in the next one.